Welcome to session 3 on performance routines. How did exercise 2 go? Now's a good time to reflect on what you've done well. As you are crafting and consolidating both your pre-competition routine and in-competition routine, it is important to reflect on the small wins you are achieving. So let's reflect on a time when you practiced your routine or routines. What did you notice? What elements were easy to implement? What seems to have stuck for you? Have you noticed a shift in your focus or readiness? Make a note of the progress as you're making it. Making changes needs both observation and reward. So give yourself a pat on the back when you're doing well. Recognizing strength is a really important part of sports psychology and is a key ingredient in your routines, mindset, and method. Spending some time reflecting on what makes you good at your sport is important. What pops up for you? Make a note of this. With regards to your routine, reflect on why you've chosen this sport. Lastly, what is your reason for wanting to improve your mindset? Your reason may have come from a challenge. Often athletes come to us with problems they want help with. Though your reason may also come from a drive to improve and change as a move towards excellence. Whatever your reason for wanting to work on your routine, you need to give yourself praise for giving time and energy to this. Your determination to work on your routine may become one of your strengths. And as we've already done by mining the data behind your success, you've already got an array of strengths and resources that you're utilizing. So pay attention to these. As you're starting to implement your routine, are you noticing that internal events can sidetrack you? Internal events can be thoughts, emotions, or even physical sensations. This next section will help with that if you've noticed this yourself. One of the elements we explored in session 2 was what to do during competition after one of the 3 inevitables. Remember, the inevitables are a mistake or mistakes, uncomfortable thoughts or feelings, and those mini highs. We spoke about using a grounding technique post your response to this. Alongside this, it is important to acknowledge that all 3 are part of sports, so it is important to be ready for them. I often tell athletes to expect and accept uncomfortable thoughts and feelings, for example. Things are rarely ever perfect, and you can choose to expect and accept the changes to how you feel during training and competition. This helps you to cope with the inevitable emotions that come with aspirations of excellence. This thinking helps prepare and reduces feeling shocked or unprepared when they show up. Does this ring true for you? As you listen to this right now, pay attention to what you notice as you prepare yourself to expect and accept challenge and changes in emotions. They're going to happen. Now take a further step back and remember at a higher level that you can't run away from the threat and or risk that is at the heart of sport. Sport is not a sure thing. And yet there are lots of processes such as a routine that you can take charge of. By reflecting and understanding what things can take your attention away from your routine, the 3 inevitables that we've already discussed, plus other things, we can start to expect and accept them and have a plan to return to what we choose to focus on. Taking time to reflect and understand this section will mean you're not sidetracked as easily. And when you are, it doesn't take you by surprise. This means your brain has enough capacity to focus on grounding techniques to bring you back to the here and now, and then enough capacity to implement your 3-step routine. Moving on, let's now consider how you're progressing with shifting, or your ability to shift from an internal to an external focus immediately before your skill execution. What have you tried? Are you making sure to pick out something which is yours and not just copying others? Lastly, are you aware of the language you're using when you give yourself instructions? In team sports, we often advise individuals to talk to themselves as they would talk to others. Imagine a doubles pairing in tennis, for example. Often, athletes do have a critical voice. This often serves them really well, but it's important to reflect on when to use it. When you do your routine, consider using a tone of voice which is warm, encouraging, and friendly. Shifting straight to this might be hard, so in exercise 3, we will provide some drills to explore this. Right now, let's just play with shifting from using the word but and replacing it with and. This may not be part of your routine, but it's useful to notice how a shift in language can impact you. Let's have a go. You might have to pause this bit to make it work for you. So see if you can notice the difference between sentence 1. I want to perform well, but I'm nervous. Notice how this makes you feel. If you can pay attention to how your body feels as you say that sentence, make a note of this. Now try sentence 2. I want to perform well and I'm nervous. See if you can notice the difference. What we say to ourselves is important. How we say it is also important. We will explore this more in exercise 3 and then build on this in session 4. Okay, it's time to move on to the third exercise.